मजबूरी है।
मैं तो डॉक्टर बनकर सेवा करना चाहती थी, लेकिन वो खुश नहीं थे।
क्या करें, लोक लाज का ध्यान तो रखना ही पड़ता है।
मैंने उनकी खुशी के लिए किया, इस सोच से अपनी खुशी गंवाएंगे, करते समय अपनी पूरी शक्ति नहीं लगाएंगे, उनके ऊपर एहसान जताएंगे। अब वो भी हमारी खातिर कुछ करें, ये चाहेंगे। और अगर नतीजा अच्छा ना हुआ तो हम दोषी उन्हें ठहराएंगे, चाहे हम उनकी खुशी के लिए करें, चाहे हम डर से करें या मजबूरी से। करने का निर्णय सिर्फ और सिर्फ
Om Shanti, and a very good afternoon to everyone here. We are here once again for yet another very powerful and energizing session with one of the rarest gem, very special and unique gem with us, Vidhatri Didi. I would like to invite her on stage. Vidhatri Didi actually resides in Om Shanti Retreat Center of Brahma Kumaris near New Delhi, Gurgaon. I would like to take this opportunity, and it is my great opportunity that I got to introduce her. Vidhatri Didi is an engineer, a medalist, a professional, and an artist who found real meaning of life in spirituality and dedicated herself for the cause of humanity. She has a very unique and a powerful association with Brahma Kumaris. Has any one of us visited Om Shanti Retreat Center? Just a show of hands will tell us. Okay, so you would have seen her organizing conferences there. Vidhatri Didi, she like-mindedness towards spirituality and learning attitude encouraged her to adopt a spiritual lifestyle in 2008 by being associated with the Brahma Kumaris World Spiritual University while pursuing her BTech degree from NIT Surat. She had voluntarily resigned from IBM for rendering her services through the Brahma Kumaris, imparting spiritual knowledge of Rajyoga meditation and offering herself for services to the community undertaken by the organization. She regularly conducts corporate training on various topics. Many topics like science and spirituality, inspirational leadership, power of consciousness, mindfulness, and many more, which we graciously need in our life, day-to-day life. She has given lectures and talks for various government organizations, ministries, corporate houses, institutes, hospitals, and universities. She has deep understanding of Gita, a very rare light from the gem. She has very deep understanding of Gita and its application in life and has delivered series of introductions based on Bhagavad Gita. She has been part of several national conferences in the capacity of a speaker and addressed various international audiences and also involved in various events serving different wings of Raj Yoga meditation, Raj Yoga education and Raj Yoga Foundation, a sister concern of Brahma Kumaris like administrative wings, business wing and industry wing. For her academic background, she has done her engineering from NIT Surat and was actively involved during after graduation days in various projects and social activities while being a bronze medalist with 95.2% in her BTech in Electronics and Communication Engineering from NIT Surat. She is also a representative of NIT Surat. I think we have a very powerful speaker with us, and you know her power because she has interacted with all of us. She has been moving us, she has been telling us, and today, although till now she has told her insight by her beautiful way of representation, today she will be imparting her knowledge through a session. So we graciously welcome her with claps and also give her a lot of blessings for taking out time and coming here and giving us this class. So I welcome you, Didi. Thank you very much to be with us. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti, good evening. So, this is the time that we are going to talk about silence. We are going to talk about silence. Funny, no? So, and that too, silence in our thoughts, in our words, and our actions. So far, we have understood who we are. We have understood what is the purpose of life. How do we consciously move towards the purpose of our life? How we can bring transformation in ourselves. And we have seen the power of mind. And we have seen if the power of mind is misdirected, where can it lead us to? And if it is directed in a proper way, where it can lead us to. So, how to work on your mind? What is the laboratory which allows you to work on your mind? That is silence. And we are going to explore more about it today. So, just a small story to share with you. I think so you all must have heard about that story. One day, a person lost his watch, and he was searching all around for his watch, but he wasn't able to find it. Tired and, grieved by the loss of his very expensive, but more than expensive, a gift from his late grandfather, he came back home. He came to his room and he was sitting very sad, and one of his kids asked, "What happened?" He said, "Oh, I lost the last sign, the last memory of my late grandfather." "What was it?" "It was a watch gifted by him." "Oh, where did you lose it?" "Somewhere in the house, I don't remember and I don't find it now." The child said, "Let me go and search for it, but nobody should follow me." He went silently and he told everybody to just be where they are, and in a few minutes he came out with a watch. And how did he find it? Because when everybody was silent, he could hear the tick-tock of the watch, and he was able to find it. Our peace, our happiness, our love is somewhere lost inside. Can we hear the tick-tock? Can we hear it talking inside? That I'm here, look within. We seldom are able to listen to what my mind is speaking to me, what the peace and happiness inside me is speaking to me, because we are so much into noise of our thoughts, noise of our expectations, noise of expectations of others. So to catch that one thought from inside takes a lot of time and effort. So, what is this? What is this? That's what is written, keep quiet. But what is this? When we were in school, keep quiet for us was like a punishment. When you have to punish a child, you say, stand and keep quiet. Keep quiet later on became an instruction. Today, when there's so much happening, keep quiet has become a luxury. We are not able to be quiet even for a second. something or the other is always happening in our mind. Our mind has become a playground for all sorts of thoughts. And I need to really struggle to find out that one thought of peace, that one thought of love and acceptance for myself. So, what is silence? What do we mean by silence? What is silence for you? Silence is meditation. Absence of noise. Being away from chaos. Okay, saying calm amidst the chaos. Spending time with yourselves. Living in present. Listening to inner self. One day there was a painting competition and everybody was given the theme of silence. So there were a lot of painters who painted, and there were beautiful paintings of very serene landscape, mountains, and everything is very quiet. There were lots of painting. The painting that won the competition was a painting in which it was shown that there's a jungle fire, a forest fire. Storms are coming, trees are falling, people are running here and there. And in all of that, as sister said, there is a nest fallen down from branch of a tree. Inside that nest, a bird is sitting like this with his feather covering its children. And that was the painting that won the first prize on the theme of silence. So silence is not when there's silence around you, but silence means when in such a situation, silence is what you are experiencing inside you. So when we say to be silent, it does not mean that you do not do anything and just sit and watch while others are succeeding. Hum to bhai shant hain ji. It does not mean that. Silence does not mean to have a don't care attitude. कुछ गलत हो रही है, कुछ गड़बड़ हो रहा है, चुप रहो, शांत रहो, कुछ बोलो नहीं. Because many of you question, कब तक चुप रहें? गड़बड़ हो रही है, कब तक चुप रहें? So that is not silence. A don't care attitude towards something that's happening wrong is not silence. Silence is not to keep your mouth shut when somebody is insulting you. Somebody is talking wrongly or badly about you and you're just being silent, and even if it is touching the boiling point of your temper, that's not silence. And can we convince ourselves to be silent and when others consider it to be a submissiveness? Many of you ask, हम चुप रहेंगे तो हमको कमजोर समझेंगे. So can we afford that silence? Yes or no? No. And in fact, do we even want to be silent at the first place when there's so much happening around? Do we want that silence? No. We want that silence, but can an actor choose to be silent when he's on the stage? We have come to the stage to act, not to be silent. And what is this world for us? It's a stage, and we are all actors. So we have come here for action. Why does someone expect us to be silent? So here's the catch. Here is little understanding of what silence means to us. So here comes the concept of silence in thoughts, words, and even actions. Sometimes for us, silence in meditation also, some people try to meditate and they think that silence in meditation means not to think anything. How many of you have that belief? Meditation means thoughtlessness, koi vichar hi na aaye. If you are trying कि कोई विचार नहीं आए, मुझे कोई विचार नहीं आए, मुझे कोई विचार नहीं आए, ये भी एक विचार है. The thought of being thoughtless is also a thought. So your mind is a vessel that can practically never be empty. It will hold some or the other thought. That thought could be a thought of trying to be thoughtless, but that's also a thought. To fill that vessel with a thought that you want is actually silence. We'll explore how. We'll explore what does it mean. So, constantly thinking of something is actually overthinking. And it is draining your energy. But when you redirect your thoughts to think something that gives you energy, that stops all other mental chatter that's going on in the mind, that struggle to be on that thought. When that struggle to be on that thought stops, when all your other mental chatter stops, that is a stage of silence. If you want to do this, you're doing only this and you're not distracted by other things. That is focus. That is concentration. What do we mean by concentrated acid in chemistry? What is the definition of a concentrated acid? Yes? It has, sorry? Yes, please? Batai. It is only acid, or if it is 90% concentrated acid, it means 90% molecules in that are of acid and 10% are something else. And if we say diluted acid, although we are saying it is an acid, but less molecules of acid and more molecules of water. So concentration means you are having more thoughts of what you want to do and minimum distractions. The same applies to your thoughts. And how to achieve that level of concentration? To silence all other thoughts. So, silence of thoughts does not mean zero thoughts, but you are silencing all other thoughts so as to achieve that concentration of or that focus of one thought that you want to really experience. So, how would you define your mind? If I tell you to use one word to describe your mind, what would that one word be? We'll play a badminton now. So badminton is, there are two teams. This team, anybody can speak, and this is one shuttlecock coming from there, and then in response you have to speak one thing, one word to describe your mind, then one word from here, then one word. This is a badminton game. So let's play this. We'll start from here. Anybody can say, yes. Thought factory. Sorry? Captain of the ship. Garden. Monkey. Memory. Processor. Happiness. Powerhouse. Enlightened. Wait, this side. Huh? Ji? Tathastu machine, okay. Master. Magnet. Processor ho gaya, something else. Functionality of brain is not right. Sorry? Distracted. Focused. Wait, focused हो गया यहाँ से मास्टर हो गया विजडम ओके थोड़ा डिटेल में जाएंगे तो विजडम भी नहीं है बट स्पॉन्ज थॉट मशीन किसी ने बोला था चैटर बॉक्स हाँ स्टोरेज Power of? It is a power of soul. Huh? A controlling unit. Uncontrollable. कोई कह रहा है कंट्रोलिंग यूनिट है, कोई कह रहा है इट इज अनकंट्रोलेबल. वेल, आप में से दोनों टीम्स जीत गई. यू कैन क्लैप फॉर योरसेल्फ. कोई नहीं हारा. सबने अपने हिसाब से बताया व्हाट माय माइंड इज और व्हाट जनरली माइंड इज. वी आर नॉट गोइंग इनटू व्हाट वाज राइट एंड व्हाट वाज रॉन्ग, एंड देयर वर थिंग्स दैट आर ऑफ डिफरेंट परसेप्शन, सो दैट्स अ डिफरेंट थिंग. बट आवर माइंड is not this, although the present state of mind could be this, but originally the mind is not like this. So if this is a table, and if this table is made up of wood, but if you don't use this table for long, what happens to it? Right? It will be covered by layers of dust. So if you look at the table with layers of dust, would you say ये धूल की टेबल है, ये डस्ट की टेबल है? Do you say like that? टेबल फिर भी किसकी है? लकड़ी की है, wood की है. Because it is not being used in a proper way, layers of dust has been accumulated on it. The same is the case with mind. It's not that it's not been used, but it's been overused or used in a not in a right way. May your brain and your mind deserves a lot of care. It is our mistake, our fault, our shortcoming that we are not able to give it that care. And hence you see your mind like this. As someone says, chatterbox. But the reality is your mind is like a pond. What is the natural property of a pond? How is a pond in its natural state? Calm, still. And because it is calm and still, it is also clear. The water is clear because all the dust and everything settles down. So our mind is also like a pond. Have you ever spent an evening sitting beside a pond and throwing pebbles in the pond? So when you throw a pebble in the pond, what happens? Ripples are created. And who defines the amplitude of the ripples and the length? So the parameters of the pebble, the size and shape of the pebble, the velocity and the force with which it came, the angle at which it strikes the surface of water, all this. So actually the properties of the pebbles are passed on to the water, and that becomes the properties of the ripples. So the ripples are generated, and eventually the ripples will fizzle out, fade away. After they fade away, what will happen to the pond? Calm again. And then you throw another pebble. This time, new ripples with different properties. But this time, you don't allow those ripples to settle down. Before they settle down, you throw another pebble. What happens? New ripples, and what will happen to the old ones? Yes, in electronics and communication, we call it interference. Interference of two waves. They superimpose on each other, and the superimposition may result in a bigger wave because the frequency of the two waves was matching. So we call it a constructive interference. And sometimes these two waves can even cancel out each other. That is called a destructive interference. So this is what is happening in the pond, and this is what is happening in our mind. Our mind is actually silent. If you want to use one word to describe your mind, its natural property. Don't look at the dhool on the table. Don't look at the dust on the table. Look at what the table is made up of. So don't look at what your mind currently has. That's dust on the table. But what your mind is actually, and if you want to use one word to describe it, it is silence. So our mind is actually silent as a pond, and because it is silent, there's a lot of clarity in it. But the pebbles of information coming in are so many that and the waves that are produced in the pond of mind because of these pebbles of information are called thoughts. Thoughts are those energy waves, ripples produced in the mind. And the property of the thoughts will depend on the property of the pebble. And the pebble here is information. So if you read or if you hear negative information, mind starts creating negative ripples with negative energy, thoughts with negative energy. And if that information coming to you is positive, your mind starts creating positive thoughts. On an average, it is estimated that a normal individual in a minute produces 30 to 35 thoughts. If you are under stress, it could be 40, 45. If somebody is under depression, it could be 60 also. Let us consider all of us to be in the normal, unstressed individual category. How many thoughts are we producing per minute? 30 to 35. And how many are you actually using? So what is happening to all those thoughts? Waste. These are called waste thoughts. Because you're producing, so your energy is being spent, energy is being dissipated, but you're not using it. So the energy is going waste, hence the thoughts are waste thoughts. So our mind is not a monkey, our mind is not a chatterbox, our mind is not uncontrollable. That information coming to our mind is uncontrollable, and so the mind has one job to do. Whatever information come, produce thoughts. So the mind is actually a victim. And if we remind ourselves that mind is actually silent, I can always filter my information. How much information do I really want? दो लोग बात कर रहे हैं, मेरा कोई काम नहीं, मैं वहाँ से जा रही हूँ, I am standing there, क्या बात कर रहे हो? And then they will say, if they say आपके मतलब की नहीं है, I won't say thank you for saving me with that extra, नहीं तुम बताना क्यों नहीं चाहते हो? अब वो इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं आई तो मैंने अपने आप को इन्फॉर्मेशन देना शुरू किया. They are hiding something from me. Something is happening. They don't want me to let. अब वहाँ से इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं आई तो यहाँ से खुद को देना शुरू कर दिया. So I should understand कि मुझे मन के ऊपर से वो धूल हटानी है ताकि फिर से उस टेबल को मैं यूज़ कर सकूं. So our mind is silent, but we don't allow our mind to come back to its natural state. And we're always looking at the pond in a state of turbulence and saying, ये pond तो है ही चंचल. Allow your mind to come back to its natural state. And to do that is meditation. So the calm mind is stable. And when your mind is calm, it is stable, the environment you work will become more quieter, productive, and peaceful. So, silence is not passive muteness. It's not that TV पे बहुत कुछ चल रहा है आपने सामने से म्यूट दबा दिया. अब चल बहुत कुछ रहा है लेकिन आवाज़ नहीं आ रही, वो म्यूट पे है. So silence is not passive muteness. Silence is active reflection. of what am I thinking of? Is it really useful? Is it going to help me? Is it really a positive thought or is it a waste thought? यहाँ बैठे बैठे हम सोच रहे हैं आज डिनर में क्या होगा? This is a waste thought because you're not actually going out and having your dinner now. यहाँ बैठे बैठे हम प्लानिंग कर रहे हैं 2 days later when I will go, this is a meeting I have to attend, I'm planning for that meeting. Right now, that planning is it is not planning, it is a waste thought because 2 दिन बाद वो प्लानिंग फिर से करनी ही पड़ेगी anyhow. अभी की प्लानिंग का कोई काम नहीं होगा. So that is a waste thought. So when I actively reflect on what am I thinking, I'm able to silence all those waste thoughts and find out that one thought that I need at this moment. And so we also say silence is equal to Om. What is Om? Om is said to be the universal sound. Why? Because the sound of universe is silence. Om, the word Om has 3 syllables, A, U and Ma. A means acharan, actions. U means uchcharan, utterance, the words that we use. And Ma means mind, manan. So you've heard Om Shanti, you've replied, you've responded back with Om Shanti. What is Om Shanti? Om means that who has the power to think, to speak, and to do actions, and that is the soul. And the original nature of the soul is silence. And when we say Om Shanti, it's not a mantra, it is our introduction. And when I say that I am peace, I have that silence in me. Peace and silence are 2 different things but very closely related. So we are not going into much of the details of peace and silence, but because they are related, when you say to yourself, Om Shanti, I am peace, what happens to your mind? It accepts that command and it tries to settle down all other waste thoughts going on in the mind. It understands its reality that I am peace. Because this mind has a lot of power. It can make you experience all that you want. Let's do a small experiment. Please sit alert, back straight. We'll go on a journey. Please try to experience whatever I say and close your eyes first of all. And with closed eyes, with your mind, I stand up from my chair, walk outside this hall, in the open area, in the garden, and I see a rocket, a space shuttle in the garden. It is ready to take off, but the gate of the rocket is open, and on the gate of the shuttle, I can see my name flashing. I enter into the shuttle. There is a chair with a sticker of my name on it. I sit on that chair. I fasten my seat belt, and slowly the shutter of the shuttle is closing. Once it has completely closed, I see this complete darkness in the shuttle. And now I can only see the yellow, red and green lights of the panel. And with vibration, this space shuttle is now taking off. Please be fixed on your chair, don't move, and experience that you are going up. And through a small window pane in front of you, you can see that you're out in the space already. Below, you can see the earth going away, becoming smaller and smaller in size. And we are moving towards sun. It's coming closer and closer to me, becoming bigger and bigger in size. And when I come closer to the sun, I see it's not a perfect ball as I saw it from the earth. It is full of gases, immense heat and light being emitted through these gases. My little space shuttle gets filled with this light. Itni light ki chakachaund. You're not able to look at the sun. And before the space shuttle melts, इस सूर्य की परिक्रमा लगाएं, take a circle around this and quickly turn back towards the earth. And now I'm moving away from the sun towards the earth, which is coming closer, becoming bigger and bigger in size, crossing all the layers of atmosphere. I come above this country, above the state of Rajasthan, and finally heading towards this campus, landing in the campus. अब धीरे धीरे स्पेसशिप लैंड कर चुका है, इसका गेट फिर से खुलता है, आप बाहर फ्रेश डे लाइट देख पा रहे हैं। सीट से उठें, बाहर आएं, फ्रेश डे लाइट में, फिर इस हॉल के अंदर आकर के बैठ जाएं अपनी सीट पर, अपने स्थान पर। जब बैठ जाएं तब अपनी आँखें खोल लें। आप में से किस किस ने ये यात्रा की? जब बंद हुआ तो अंधेरा फील हुआ, जब ऊपर गए तो चकाचौंध फील हुई, जब वापस आए तो नेचुरल डे लाइट फील हुई, किसी को गर्मी भी फील हुई, किसी किसी को गर्मी भी फील हुई। हाउ मच टाइम डज द speed of light is said to be the light is said to be the fastest traveling energy, physical energy, and the speed of light is, yes, so you know it, 3 into 10 raised to the power 8 meter per second. And how much time does light take to travel from sun to earth one way? 8 minutes and few seconds. Let us take round figure 8 minutes. हम जाके परिक्रमा लगा करके भी वापस आ गए, and that too when I did so much of a commentary for you in detail, each and everything. Otherwise, if I just say सूरज, पहुंच गए, घर पहुंच गए, गुलाब जामुन खा भी लिया, गुलाब जामुन यहाँ तक आ गया और आपने खा भी लिया। You, in a second, your mind can travel so fast, and not just travel, experience. So your mind is such a powerful tool. If you're not using it, it is being misused. And most of the times it is स्पीड ऑफ लाइट। लाइट भी 8 मिनट लगाएगी आप तक पहुंचने में। इतनी देर में आपका मन कितनी जगह जा आएगा? एक सेकंड में मन कितनी जगह चला जाएगा. So if we do not give it a direction, it is wasting so much of your energy. So to give mind a direction is to make it silent. For all those, बहुत लोगों के questions थे, कुछ के आंसर भी हुए. मन शांत नहीं रहता, मन बहुत भागता है, क्योंकि उसे हमने कोई डायरेक्शन दिया ही नहीं. So what are you doing in meditation? You are giving your mind a direction. शुरू शुरू में आपकी बात मानेगा, मानेगा, लेकिन देना छोड़ दें. अगर बात नहीं मानेगा तो देना छोड़ दें डायरेक्शन. देते रहिए, धीरे धीरे करके 2 दिन तक बात नहीं मानेगा, तीसरे दिन सुनना शुरू करेगा, मानेगा फिर भी नहीं. 5वें दिन थोड़ी थोड़ी मानने लगेगा, कुछ असर होगा. और 1 हफ्ते बाद, 1 महीने बाद, if you deal with it with love, it will do only what you tell it to do. So, silence is first of all being in the present, telling your mind to be in the present. Because majority of the chunk of waste thoughts comes from either past or future. Present में क्या है? शांति, clarity, action, ये करना है. And being silent means remaining undisturbed, to stay at the center. यहाँ कुछ है, यहाँ कुछ है. अगर किसी ने खुश अप्रिशिएट किया और बहुत खुश हो गई, तो कल कोई निंदा भी करेगा और फिर दुखी भी होना पड़ेगा. So be at the center. I got what I did. किसी ने कुछ बहुत ग्रेट नहीं किया मुझे तारीफ करके, क्योंकि मैंने किया था अच्छा. और अगर मैंने अच्छा नहीं कर पाई, कोई मिस्टेक की, क्रिटिसिज्म हुआ, निंदा हुई, तो वो भी मैंने किया था. I accept appreciation and criticism equally. As Gita says, Sambhav, Samatvam Yog Uchyate. Yog is balance, and that balance keeps you silent. And silence is a state of knowing exactly what to do. It's that when you have a lot of options, you detach yourself and look at each option, what is to be done. That state of detachment for a second is a state of silence. So before you actually jump into a situation to do anything, just for a moment see क्या करना है. पहले जब युद्ध पे जाते थे तो सिर्फ तलवार लेके नहीं चलते थे, ढाल भी लेते थे. तलवार तो हमने पकड़ रखी है, क्या क्या करना है, लेकिन ढाल क्या नहीं करना है, क्या नहीं सोचना है. So pause for a moment and ask yourself what is to be done, what is to be, बोलना क्या है, what to speak, and even what to think. And silence is, in that silence you transform. नहीं, ये नहीं सोचना चाहिए. And don't just stop there, ये नहीं सोचना चाहिए. तो सोचना क्या चाहिए? Give it a counter thought. ये नहीं बोलना चाहिए, तो क्या बोलना चाहिए? चुप नहीं रहना चाहिए, लेकिन क्या बोलना चाहिए? Give your feelings an expression. And ये नहीं करना चाहिए, तो क्या करना चाहिए? Give your actions a meaning. This is to experience silence. And silence is the mother of that eureka moment. When you're thinking too much about the problem, you won't get the answer. But when you stop thinking of the problem, there is enough room in your mind for solutions to come in. So this is like being in your thoughts, and this is being silent. Observing your thoughts. Situation will be the same. Situation won't go anywhere. But When you are silent, you observe your thoughts and you're able to find your way through them. So silence improves. It's a laboratory. Somebody said silence is laboratory. Mind is a laboratory. So actually silence is a laboratory where you experiment, when you understand, where you catch signals. When you allow all the thoughts to settle down, you're able to catch the right thought for the moment. And silence is a language. कई बार हम बच्चों को चुप रह करके भी बहुत कुछ बोल लेते हैं. अभी दिवाली पे बच्चे घर जाएंगे, कोई गेस्ट सामने रखेगा बहुत सारी स्वीट्स, बच्चे जाने वाले होंगे, माँ इशारे से साइलेंस में कह देगी और बच्चा समझ जाएगा नहीं उठाना. एक उठा लिया, दूसरा नहीं उठाना. साइलेंस इज अ लैंग्वेज. When we are too loud with our words, we don't understand this language of others. आपसे जितने भी लोग आकर के मिल रहे हैं, फैमिली में या आपके प्रोफेशनल वर्क प्लेस पर, ज़्यादातर लोग आपसे इस भाषा में बात कर रहे हैं, लेकिन हम नहीं सुन पा रहे क्योंकि हम शब्दों की दुनिया में बहुत ज़्यादा हैं. एंड देन द पर्सन सेज, आप समझते ही नहीं हमको. और आप बोलते हमें कोई समझता ही नहीं है. क्या नहीं समझते? साइलेंस की भाषा. When you start understanding your silence, you start understanding the other person's silence also. So use the language of silence. And silence is the ornament of successful people. जो successful है, they don't talk about their success. They're humble, they're silent. एक बात याद रखिएगा, जब सही है तो सिद्ध नहीं करना, साइलेंट रहना है. और अगर गलत है तो जिद नहीं करना, साइलेंट रहना है. So in both these situations, what we need to do, if you're right, be silent. If you're wrong, be silent. And then your actions will become a mirror of your feelings. You'll not have to work hard on your actions because your mind is in sync with your words and your actions. So that's all for now, and the rest is for you to experience. And to make us experience that, we have our next session. And guess who? We've all been waiting for her, and she needs no introduction. So very shortly, she'll be here with us for this next session. I think she's already here. So I welcome her on the stage. Shivani Didi, please, with a big round of applause, we welcome her on the stage. And I also request sisters to please welcome her with a bouquet. Om Shanti Didi. So I also request Yashwant Bhai to please welcome Shivani Didi with flowers. And today we are going to understand and learn the power of our mind and thoughts to visualize our future and bring them into reality. So welcome Didi, and everybody is quite eager to listen to you.